golden wildfire, to war. It is the end of 1181. 2 years have passed since the Officers' Academy closed its doors. Claude has inherited the leadership of Leicester and toils to unite the nobles in the region. With Edelgard ruling as Emperor of Adrestia and Dimitri sitting on the throne in Fargus, the three former schoolmates are striking out as the next generation of leaders. A new era is dawning in Fodlan, and much teeters at the brink of great change. Edelgard declares war against the Central Church, causing the first tremor of a major upheaval.
Hey, thanks for coming. Sorry to make you wait. I couldn't get out of there any sooner.
You're looking kind of worse for the wear. Is running the Alliance really that rough?
Yeah, well, you know what they say. What doesn't kill you, but enough about me. How are things with you? Mercenary work keeping you busy?
Hardly. I came to Regan territory expecting steady work from your house, you know. But it still hasn't materialized. How's a merc supposed to make a living like this? It doesn't matter how much I train my sword arm if there's nothing to swing at.
Right. Sorry about that. I had a feeling your talents were going to waste here.
Oh, he had a feeling, did he? Where were those feelings while we were left high and dry for these last 2 years?
I've been getting by guarding the local inns and all, but I'm at the end of my rope here. You mind if I move on? I hear there's plenty of work in the south for someone like me.
Whoa, slow down there, friend. Why do you think I asked you here? I'm ready to make you an official offer.
And there it is, just as I expected.
So war's coming then.
That's right. The new Emperor of Adrestia seems determined to bring a fight to the rest of Fodlan. And many along our southern border are worried she'll come after the Alliance. Hence, all these meetings to plan our response. Are you familiar with the Leicester Roundtable?
Not much. Just that it's a council held by some stuffy Alliance nobles.
That's basically it. The Alliance crowns no king and bows to no emperor. So instead, we just have a bunch of meetings when we want to get something done. Every last detail of Alliance policy and strategy has to be worked out and agreed upon by the 5 great lords at the Roundtable conferences. Day after day, we go round and round, arguing and bickering over this or that. And as each of the lords only truly cares about their own skin, we never actually reach a decision on anything.
No wonder you look like you've been put through the ringer. Guess being a noble's not all fun and games.
You could say that again. And while we sit around twiddling our collective thumbs, the Empire and their army could be right on our doorstep. Nevertheless, I'll find a way to convince the other lords that they need to commit to deploying their troops. The real problem is what happens after. Armies need commanders, and those commanders need to be exceptional warriors that we can rely on.
You're not gonna ask me to lead Alliance troops, are you?
You, my friend, hit the nail on the head. I want you fighting alongside me as one of the Alliance's commanders.
Hold on, I'm not a noble though. I'm not even a knight.
Who cares about titles? Isn't this why you came here in the first place?
I came here to help you as a mercenary. I never thought I'd be commanding troops.
Look, you'll be well compensated for your efforts. And you can do this, I know you can. What do you say?
Hey, if there's money to be made swinging my sword around, I'm there. My coin purse will be happy about it too. Plus, it's not like I have anything better to do.
I knew you wouldn't let me down. I have high hopes for you, my friend. Now then, looks like I've got a contract to draw up.
Look who's here! It's been forever! Did you do something with your hair?
Nah, probably just lost some weight since you last saw me.
You must not be eating enough. Those arms are like chicken bones.
I imagine you've been doing a lot of mercenary work. You probably haven't had time for proper meals, what with the way things have been going.
Time's not the issue here. Money is. And it's been really quiet in the Alliance, despite what's been going on elsewhere. The last 2 years have been hard on us mercenaries. It's not easy to land jobs when there's nobody to fight.
Sounds like that's all gonna change at least. So, what are you all doing here?
At the last Roundtable conference, each of the 5 Great Lords agreed to contribute soldiers and officers to the Alliance army.
That's why I'm here. I'm guessing it's the same for you, Marianne?
Yes. My adoptive father sent me.
I'm in the same boat. Count Gloucester arranged my transfer.
Oh, that's right. You're doing the whole night thing for Lawrence's father now.
Raphael, didn't I hear your family started an inn? What are you doing here?
Claude sent me a letter asking me to come, and there was no way I'd miss this.
Same here. I guess Claude wanted to get all the golden deer back together, huh?
That pretty much sums it up. There's no way I'm getting through this war without friends I trust by my side.
And there's Claude. Now our little reunion's complete.
Well, we are missing Lawrence.
Yeah, Count Gloucester sent one of his newest knights in Lawrence's place.
Yes. I suppose I should apologize for that.
I have no doubt Lawrence has his hands full protecting the border right about now.
And I'm guessing you're not exactly thrilled to see me instead of my brother.
For the time being, I've asked Holst to see to our defenses in case Elmira decides to take another run at our borders. Besides, I'm not about to let the Empire see our best card on the first play. It's always been my plan to have you all here, and I'm sure we'll be reunited with Lawrence before long. After all, we'll be passing through Gloucester territory very shortly.
The Aramid River serves as the border between the Alliance and Empire. I imagine we'll want to fortify its banks and close off the Great Bridge of Myrden. That is the plan, yes, Claude?
That's right. There are many large bridges spanning the Aramid, but the terrain on the eastern bank is less than ideal. The Great Bridge of Myrden is the only one suitable for crossing into the Alliance with a significant military force. So if the Empire is looking to attack us, blockading the Great Bridge will severely limit their options. Of course, that means the enemy will do everything in their power to take control of it. So, while I'm happy to see you all again, I'm afraid we don't have time to reminisce.
He's right. We need to get ready to move out. That reminds me.
How tiresome.
Hmm?
Phew, what a workout. Oh, hey, are you here to train too?
Nah, just grabbing something I forgot earlier. Is this normal training time for you, Leonie?
Well, yeah. We've been so busy lately, I've had to squeeze it in whenever I can.
Huh. You work hard for a mercenary.
I'm just starting out in my career, so I can't afford to slack off now. I only started training as a merc after the Officers' Academy closed, remember? Meanwhile, you were one before you even came to the Academy. You've got years of experience on me.
Still, you're skilled and you've got brains, which means you're more promising than the average rookie.
I hope you're right. I have to distinguish myself at some point, or else I won't be able to face the captain.
You have a captain?
Yep. He visited my village when I was a kid, and I practically begged him to make me his apprentice. I was probably a huge nuisance, but I was so desperate to get out of my village and be independent. Gerald treated me like an annoying little brat at first, but eventually, he taught me for real. He showed me everything. Tricks of the trade, standard training routines, basic strategy. Don't you have a mentor? Someone who showed you the ropes?
A mentor? I do have a mentor, in a sense. You know, someone who occasionally gives me advice and stuff.
That sounds sort of vague, but I guess there can be all kinds of mentors. Either way, you still have loads more experience than me. I need to work hard so I can catch up with you.
Well, if you ever want help from an old pro, just say the word.
Thanks. I'm glad to have a role model I can count on. Hey, you got a minute?
Sure, what do you need? Wait, don't tell me. You're here for some advice from a pro.
Actually, I am. You know how all the top mercenaries have some kind of specialty? Some excel at swordsmanship, some are adept in subterfuge, and so on. Even you have your own special thing. That incredible, mysterious power. Anyway, I was just thinking that I need something like that too.
Mysterious, huh? Yeah, I guess you're not wrong. As for you, Leonie... You're really good at being thrifty and managing money. That's a unique skill no other mercenary has.
Come on, are you even taking this seriously? That has nothing to do with my work. Besides, if I made a name for myself because of that, people would just think I'm stingy or greedy.
Well then, how about your bow and arrow skills? People already say you're a master.
I was raised in a hunting village, so yeah, I do know my way around a bow. But a bow and arrow isn't very helpful in the middle of a heated battle, is it? I figure I'll need to do better than that if I want to be a first-rate mercenary.
You can use all kinds of weapons, right? And you can even ride horses.
Sure, I know the basics, but it's more of a jack-of-all-trades, master-of-none kind of situation.
That may be the case, but if you look at it from another angle, those skills make you a pretty powerful mercenary.
What do you mean?
You know the fundamentals for everything. There's nothing you're particularly bad at.
Well, yeah, but I'm just average at all of them.
Even so, a mercenary who can do everything decently well would actually be in pretty high demand. Strategically, your options expand significantly if you've got even one person who can react to any change in battle. Meanwhile, mercs with only one specialty are practically useless in some situations.
Like how some people don't know what to do if they get stuck in a role that doesn't suit them.
Exactly. That's why a versatile mercenary who can adapt to anything is a valuable asset.
But then I'm still just an asset. It doesn't sound like that'll earn me a reputation as one of the best.
For that, you just need to keep working hard and improving your skills, yeah? If you're average at everything, then that means you have plenty of room to grow.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
Your strength is that you can do anything. So if you keep getting better at everything and end up even a tiny bit above average,
Then I'd shine brighter than any one-trick pony on the battlefield.
and then if you keep showing off all you can do, your name will get around and you'll be one of the best in no time.
I see. Thanks. You've really given me a lot to think about.
Glad to help. Though, I wouldn't really call myself first rate either. So we'll both have to keep working as hard as we can.
Yeah, let's do it. We'll be the best of the best. I bet we'll even get our own special nicknames.
Hey there, Ignatz!
Oh, Raphael!
I've been looking all over for you. Got a minute to chat?
Of course. With all the battles lately, we've barely had any time to sit down and rest.
Right? It feels like I don't even see you anymore. And I definitely don't have enough time to show off my muscles.
Glad to see you haven't changed at all these past 2 years. The Officers' Academy shut down so suddenly. I scarcely would have imagined we'd all end up back together as part of an army.
Same here. Oh, and I could hardly believe my ears when I found out you signed up to be a knight over with Lawrence.
To be honest, I had nowhere else to turn. I owe a great debt to him and his generosity.
Gotcha. He's not such a bad guy, that Lawrence.
I agree. Tell me, Raphael, how have you been holding up these past 2 years? I hear your family opened an inn.
Oh yeah, me, my grandpa, and Maya. Business is going pretty great if you ask me.
That's wonderful. And how is Maya?
She's as sunny as always. That reminds me, she was pretty worried about you. I better write her a letter and tell her you're okay. I'm sure she wants to see you. Bet you're feeling the same way, huh?
Of course, I'd love to come and... That is, I should write her a letter.
What's wrong?
Life never works out the way you want, does it?
Huh?
Oh, it's nothing. Just thinking back to my childhood. Back then, I felt like I had the power to do whatever I wanted.
What do you mean? I still feel like that now.
You do?
Sure. I know I joined the Officers' Academy to be a knight, but that option's off the table. But look at me now. I might not be a knight, but I'm fighting in a war as if I was. All you've got to do is put your mind to it, and you can do anything you want. Trust me.
Yes. I think you're right. Thanks, Raphael.
Well, how'd it go? Any result's a good result.
there. Got a minute? How's that? Long story short, I'm counting on you.
Need something?
I carry a little of everything here. You've got an eye for quality, friend. Hope to see you again soon.
Welcome. Come back soon.
Training can be the difference between victory and defeat.
Finally. I've been waiting to try something new. Finally. 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 I've been waiting.
This'll be fun. I can get behind this.
One step closer to my goal.
Yep, definitely stronger now.
Not gonna forget this.
I bet this'll come in handy.
Can't wait to see it in action.
Another trick up the old sleeve.
This'll help me break new boundaries.
How's this gonna help?
I think it's making sense now.
Getting stronger.
I've got the hang of it.
Another trick up the old sleeve.
Getting stronger.
I've got the hang of it.
Time to work you into shape.
I still have some hidden potential.
Definitely some potential. Definitely some potential here. Definitely some potential here. Definitely some... This is great.
Can't wait to see how you do.
Hey, Claude. Looks like you had another one of those meetings. You finally finished?
For today, yeah. But we're picking up right where we left off tomorrow.
Ugh, that's a lot of talking. What could possibly call for that much discussion?
Well, first, we need to settle on a direction for the Alliance. And then come all the pesky little details. All responsibilities need to be doled out fairly, but each territory has different resources and different circumstances, you know? So it's tricky to figure out what's really fair. There's no one answer that works across the board.
But you're their leader. Can't you just make a bunch of decisions and get it over with?
No can do, I'm afraid. I may be the leader, but I'm still just one of the 5 Great Lords. Sure, I may be the idea man, but I don't have the authority to enforce anything on my own. On top of all that, most nobles are experts at focusing on what's good for their own territory instead of what would benefit the Alliance as a whole. When priorities clash, the debates just go around and around in endless circles. Makes me wonder if we'll ever reach a consensus on anything.
Hold on. Do you really think you'll win the war like this? You'll always be on the defensive if you can't act decisively.
I hear you, believe me. The process works much better in times of peace. But since we're at war, It's frustrating, to say the least. What's worse is that it's near impossible to get a read on the situation. I don't have the foggiest idea how we're going to overcome this. Say, mind if I pick your brain? What would you do in my shoes?
What, me? Well, I guess I'd... just hit him with the old ba-bam, you know? That's the way.
Ba-bam. Right. Think you could elaborate on that a little?
What I'm saying is, why not just get rid of all the talking?
You mean get rid of the Alliance's council altogether?
Exactly. If you give yourself more authority, then it won't take as long to make decisions. It doesn't even have to be permanent. You could go back to the old way once things are peaceful again. But I guess that wouldn't go over too well with the other nobles, huh?
Actually, I think you're onto something. Can't say it hasn't crossed my mind before. If folks at the Round Table just keep looking out for their own territory's interests, we'll be in a world of hurt if the Alliance is ever invaded. I just wish they could see that.
Whoa, are you seriously considering it, Claude?
Of course. Unfortunately, the possibility of it actually happening right now is basically zero. But you've given me a lot to chew on. Let's do this again sometime.
Just say the word.
Which battlefield?